Time for Money Talk, brought to you by our friends at NuMark Credit Union. Today, we're going to talk about achieving your goals, and that starts with building a basic budget. So, we're going back to the basics. So, we're going to be introducing you here in a moment to a couple of folks who are going to give you some really valuable information. We do want to remind you, at the end of the program today, we're going to give away a $25 Visa gift card. Yes, we are paying you, holding that carrot out there. Compliments of NuMark Credit Union. So, what you do is listen, and some information that we get from either Mack or Sonny will be taken, put into a form of a question, and then you'll have to answer that question at the end of the show. If you're the first correct caller on the Turk Furniture studio line at 815-254-7300, you'll win that Visa gift card. We also want to remind you that you can turn your dreams into reality during NuMark Credit Union's home improvement sale. For a limited time, you can enjoy a low intro rate on their interest-only home equity line of credit. Use your savings to make home improvements, finance higher education, take a trip, and more. NuMark Credit Union has plenty of options for you, so call them at 815-729-3211 or visit newmarkcu.org to learn more. That's NUMARKCU.org. Equal housing opportunity lender, NuMark Credit Union, where you are family. All right. Mack Story is the branch operations manager and trainer for NuMark Credit Union. Mack joins us on the WJL studio line. Good morning, Mack.
Good morning, Scott. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. How's your March Madness bracket holding up? Okay.
Yeah, I lost. I picked the wrong team.
Yeah, like everybody else did. I'll ask
right?
Sonny Patel the same question. Sonny's a branch manager for NuMark Credit Union. Hi, Sonny.
Hey, Scott. What's up, bud?
All right, man. How are your brackets looking?
Not so pretty.
I know. We're all in the same boat, though. So it's going to be whoever wins the worst of the worst. That's the way I'm looking at it. So maybe there's hope for us.
There you go.
Maybe. All right, well, let's get an update. Mack, we'll start with you. Happenings, anything major shaken with NuMark that we need to know about?
No, we've got really good interest loan rates right now. So, and we just heard that those might be going up soon. So now's the time to get in while you can.
Yeah, I was going to say they will on multiple occasions throughout the course of the year. So yeah. And Sonny, I know you're probably thinking the same thing, right?
Absolutely.
All right, boys.
Yeah,
go ahead.
We got a lot of specials going on right now, so great time.
Okay, so go to newmarkcu.org to learn more information about those specials. All right, Max, so let's get into achieving our goals. And we're going to be doing, several different shows throughout the course of the year, and we'll keep coming back to, setting goals and things like that. Goals are a really good thing. If you want to lose weight, you set a goal. I want to lose 5 pounds or 10 pounds or 20 pounds. If you have a son or daughter that, is thinking about going to college, I want to get this score on my ACT or SAT. So even when it comes to your finances, goals are really important.
Absolutely. You should always create a budget. Regardless of how much money you make, a budget will keep you, and it'll help you live within your means so that you don't go over how much you spend. It can help you pay down your debt. And like you said, helps you save for future and emergencies. So you always have that available.
How do you start, though, Mack, when it comes to a budget? How do you – I'm sure you could go online and find ways to do it, or they can call you. You guys probably have websites or programs?
Absolutely, yes. We do have that available on our website. Through our on banking, we have money management. But basically, getting back to the basics, use pen and paper. Write it down so that you know what's coming in versus what's going out.
That's probably a good idea. It's really easy to keep track of that sort of thing. Let's talk about the difference, Sonny, between net and gross when we're talking about our income. What is gross? What is net? If you can differentiate the two for the listeners.
Absolutely, Scott. So if we keep it simple, the gross income basically is the amount of money you earned before taxes, benefits, and other payroll deductions you may have that are withheld. So it helps you understand your overall wage versus your net income. If you're creating a budget, you want to use your net income because everything's already been deducted, right? Your taxes, if you have insurance, all that's deducted. And now the net amount is what basically is done in your check or how much is getting direct deposited. So that way you can kind of keep it simple. Net is what you're actually getting in your hands after deducted from the payroll.
There we go. So yeah, net is basically what you get deposited into your account at NuMark from your employer, right?
Correct.
Yep. Okay. And gross is a good number, but Uncle Sam's got to get in there. Maybe your 401k's got to get in there. Maybe you have other things that you have to pay the money on. So that's a good way to describe it for sure. Mack, how do we decide what to spend money on? I'm sure there's an order. Living expenses probably number one.
Yes, you definitely want to make a list of your needs versus your wants and think about those. Your needs, those are your rent, your mortgage, your insurance, your utilities, paying for food, groceries, that kind of thing. Those are your needs. Your wants, those are your, stopping at Starbucks every day and getting that coffee, or eating out all the time, or going to the movies. Those are wants. You always want to pay your needs first, because those are the ones that keep lights on, keep your roof over your head, and everything. And then you want to make sure you always save a little bit of money before you start buying those wants. Always pay yourself first, and then that'll help you save for those emergencies that might pop up later in the future.
Did you say, what was that S word you used? Save?
Save.
That's a word? That's a thing?
That is a word. Not many people do it, but it's available. You definitely want to pay yourself first. Yeah,
you certainly do. Amen to that. All right, Sonny, there's a rule out there called the 50-30-20 rule. And what is that, and what does that have to do with creating a budget?
We all love to follow rules, right, Scott? Well, this rule is something that everyone should, we recommend follow, So 50% of your net income, right? 50% of your income should go on needs. So like what Mack was just saying, what's a need? That's insurance, groceries, putting food on the table, paying the mortgage, right? Those are all needs. So 50% of your income should be budgeted for that. Then 30% of your income would be budgeted for more of like, I want to go out, or I want to go watch a movie, or things like that. And then 20% is the big S word, save, or put that money aside to pay down debt. So when we get paid, if we set aside these percentage in different buckets, or here at NuMark, you can have multiple checking accounts under under your membership. If your direct deposit hits, you can automatically have the system allocate 50% to go to checking 1, 30% go to checking 2, and 20% of that go to check 3. We can label them, so we can label needs, wants as well, like name those accounts, and that way it can help you start budgeting out, basically.
I didn't realize you could do that. So it's that simple. You can literally talk to the banker, personal banker, and say, here's how I want this broken down, and 3 different accounts. That's okay to do?
Yep. At the credit union, you're a member, so then we have sub-accounts. So you only have one member number. That's the only number you really need to memorize. And under that member number is going to be suffix, and we can nickname each one of these accounts like needs, wants, set up bill pay for all your necessary household bills like, ComEd, Nicor, things like that. We can get you a debit card for your wants. So if you want to go watch a movie, that's a debit card. Definitely sit down and help you create this plan.
I like that. We're talking today with Mack Story and Sonny Patel, their branch managers with NuMark Credit Union. Today's topic, achieving your goals, building a basic budget. Let's get into a couple of methods here as well, Mack. We'll go with the Avalanche Method. What is the Avalanche Method?
So the Avalanche Method is you choose the highest interest rate loan that you have, and you'll pay that off first. Don't forget, though, you still have to make the minimum payments on everything else, but you put that extra money towards that highest interest rate to pay it down. Most of the time, your mortgage is your lowest interest rate. So, I know people always say, pay extra on your mortgage, pay extra on your credit cards. You're paying more interest on those. Get those paid off first. Then you can, what money you have left over, put towards your mortgage. But always pay the highest interest rate off first. That will get you to get it paid down quicker.
Okay. All right. And the snowball method?
The snowball is a little bit different on that. retrospect there, you would pay the smallest balance off first. So if you've got, 2 or 3 credit cards and one has a $500 balance, but the other one has, 2 or 3,000, you're going to pay that $500 off first because it's easier and quicker to pay off. So you have a little bit of satisfaction there knowing that you paid that credit card off. And then you can take the money that you would put that credit card and start putting it towards your next highest balance. So that's the snowball effect. It starts with the lowest credit card, it goes to the highest balance-wise.
It gives you some, like you said, gives you some success, gives you some momentum, and you see progress right away because there's one less bill coming in.
Right.
Yep. All right. Sonny, tracking our expenses. Now, that's going to be the hard part because what most people probably do is they take receipts and they stuff them in the console in between their seats, or they put them in the cup holder, or they put them on the visor, and they don't do a good job of keeping records, so they really don't know what their expenses are. What is a better way to do it?
You can go old-fashioned and pen and paper, that always tends to work, but, use technology, money management tools with NuMark, on our online banking platform. That's probably going to be the easiest bet. Use your debit card for every transaction you do, so that way when you pull up your credit union statement, it'll automatically have it broken down where you shopped, right? So if you use technology, it's going to be better suited, and you'll be able to track your expenses much better and not having to worry about, saving every single receipt that comes our way.
And I'm sure also, Sonny, there are all kinds of ways you can do it on your even smartphone too. I mean, if you don't want to, get crazy or whatever, there's probably ways and programs or little apps you can download on your phone.
Yeah, and see, like for me, for example, I'm a little bit nutty, so I have alerts set up on my NuMark account for every transaction that hits. It's a penny threshold. So anytime there's money coming in or out of my account for more than one penny, I get an alert. And immediately when I get that alert, I write it down. I like to write things down. Mm-hmm. So once I get that alert, I take out my notebook and I just write it down real quick.
Oh. He is a little off, isn't he there, Mac?
Yeah, I don't write things down anymore. That's just me, though.
You got it. All right, so kind of as an overview, Mac, people, they know they have to stay true to the budget, but it's hard. So give us a couple of things to do to stay true.
So I've seen several different uses of staying on your budget. I've seen people use envelopes, and they'll label the envelope for what that money is for, and they'll put that money in there. When they get paid, they'll split it out and put, electricity, they'll put a little bit in that envelope. Rent, they'll put in that envelope. I've seen that, and it does work. That's a little old-fashioned, but you can also take advantage of automatic savings. Like Sonny was saying earlier, you can actually, here at the credit union, you can say, when my paycheck hits to my checking account, I want $100 automatically transferred to my savings. And we can do that for you. And then therefore it's out of sight, out of mind. So you set it and forget it. And then that way, when you do have those emergencies come up, you have that money sitting in that savings account. And then you don't have to use a credit card to pay for whatever it is you're doing. But some other things is strategically shop for services, look for the ads, look for those discount days, using coupons, that'll help you save money. Nowadays, I know you can order your groceries online, and they even have the coupons right there that you can go ahead and click on it, and then you get the savings that you would normally get if you actually used a paper coupon. And then last is your discipline. You have to make sure you stay on top of it for you. You have to limit your spending and then cut those expenses where you can by getting those coupons or shopping on those discount days.
Yeah, good idea for sure. Sonny, how can you at NuMark, at any one of your locations, help people build a basic budget? Because you guys can get in on the ground floor and help these people.
Absolutely. So we have resources on our website. If you go to newmarkcu.org and search financial education, there's literature on there, there's worksheets, but we also have, credit union certified financial counselors. So you can definitely go into a NuMark location, speak to a financial service rep, and they will sit down and go over a plan, go over a budget. We will help you get there. The members just have to come see us. That's the first step is coming to see us. It's okay. not everyone budgets, and so when I have my counseling classes, we have an open discussion. Don't be embarrassed. You're not alone, and you're doing something about it. It's very important that we start budgeting. Things are getting expensive. We need to make sure that we have money set aside for a rainy day.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. No doubt about that. Well, gentlemen, you guys are rock stars. Thank you very much. Learned a lot here today in a short amount of time. Mack Story, Sonny Patel, we appreciate it. I'm sure we'll talk again very, very soon.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, thanks, guys. Mack Story and Sonny Patel, live right here on 1340 WJL. Well, Money Talk brought to you by our friends at NuMark Credit Union. Okay, now it's your turn, ladies and gentlemen. You've been listening. There's a bunch of stuff I gleaned. I take notes and write things down, and I'm going to ask this question here. So it was Sonny that told us about the 50-30-20 rule. The 50-30-20 rule. What percentage should you spend on your needs of 50, 30, and 20? So what does a 50 stand for? The percentage of money you should spend on what? And the three categories were fun, needs, or savings or pay down debt. Those are the three categories. So match up the right one with 50%. So half of what you bring home needs to go to what? 815-254-7300. Again, 815-254-7300. Hi, good morning. You're on WJL Radio. Who am I speaking to?
Richard.
Richard, where are you calling me from today?
I'm calling from Orland Park.
All right, Richard, what is the answer? What percent is 50 or what goes what should you spend 50% on?
Your needs.
Yes, you got it exactly right. Well done, Richard. First guy out of the gate. You have just won yourself a $25 Visa gift card. You hang on the line and I'll tell you how to pick it up, okay?
All right.
There you go, brother. Sounds good. Yep, 50% goes to needs like housing, food, keeping your family alive, right? 30%, I like the 30% for fun. I do. And 20% savings or pay down debt. If you have a lot of debt, though, that should probably be flipped around to 30% and then 20% on fun. Does that make sense? I think it does. All right. Well, that's going to wrap things up for another edition of Money Talk. I want to remind you that you can turn your dreams into reality during NuMark Credit Union's home improvement sale for a limited time. Enjoy a low intro rate on their interest-only equity line of credit. Use your savings to make home improvements, finance higher education, take a trip, and more. NuMark Credit Union has options for you, so call them at 815-729-3211 or visit newmarkcu.org to learn more. That's newmarkcu.org, equal housing lender, and NuMark Credit Union treats you like you are